Temptation Island is crazy. And the craziest person right now to me will be Taylor because she's crying, asking why she's single, but she's embarrassing her partner every single day. Hi, you guys. This is Rain Said That. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be talking about episode 1, 2, 3 because you know how the first episode is always slow because we have to, meet the contestants. But honestly, let's start with number one. What I did not like. I did not like that they lined up the girls and actually had them talking. Like, I don't think that, temptress should be talking. I feel as though they should never met the people that are going to be tempting them because I feel like it should have been an element of surprise. Now, we're going to be talking about episode 1 through 3. And so right now, during this episode, we already know what's about to be going on. Okay, let's get into Shantae. I do like Shantae. She does make a lot of sense, but I mean, you let your man double back on you. So the guy that she with is Breon, and he basically was dating her and he left her for another woman. That didn't work out, and so he doubled back. That's always red flag news because, why would you take him back? Now, understand if you did not know that he went to another girl and then now you literally are his second choice. I mean, I did not know people actually really be settling like that. I feel as though he does not deserve her. I feel like that he wants someone buck wild in the streets. He wants, three ways, threesomes, and she's not going to be able to give it to him. So I feel like there's going to be a point in time where Breon's going to be wanting to cheat. Now let's talk about Alexis, or Alexa, I think her name is, the nurse bae. And, she basically, her partner's feeling like that she made him his second choice because she was dating other guys. Okay, y'all only been talking and dating for 1 month. It's not like you guys were in a relationship, that she cheated on you. I mean, she's allowed to, date other people. So I don't even understand why Keno is telling everybody that, he feel like second best or second choice. That sounds like a you problem. But honestly, I am going to say this about Alexa, because she did tell Ashley that, she don't really need him in her life, and that she's tired of being codependent. And I don't know. I feel like that she will settle for Keno. I feel as though they might end up back together only because Keno is kind of, I'm not going to say lame, but he's a little lame. He has to find somebody that's more of his speed, as we seen that he's after another temptress in the villa, and she's not even worried about him. She's actually worried about Breon. Now let's get into I'm the victim, Taylor, because she's not understanding why she's single. She doesn't understand why her man is acting the way that he does. But you're literally telling us on national television how broke your man is, how he's dusty, how he quit his job, and then find out that he's a model. Okay, we all know how model life is kind of hard. He's not a big time model, so of course he's going to be out of work. But it did say on the information tab that he was also in sales. So I mean, you have to understand, you out here bashing this man, crushing his ego all on national television, and then quote unquote you told another guy in the villa that he had B-word tendencies. So yeah, this is why you're single, Taylor, is because you don't know how to keep your mouth closed. But it's not really about keeping your mouth closed, it's about how you say things. And you're on national television, you already know that what you're saying, he's going to go back and hear it. And every time he hears from you or hear about you, you're literally throwing shots at him. Now, my favorite on the show is Ashley because she's not delusional to her man. She's just like, I expect him to act like this. I don't really trust him like that. And I mean, obviously, why should she trust Grant? And Grant is literally in love with Hannah. I mean, it's only been a couple of days. It's only been literally 3 days and he already have his eyes on somebody else. So, I mean, the only person that's making the most sense to me is Ashley. I don't think that, she came here with high hopes and expectations. I feel like as though she's realistic to the type of man that she has. And, it is what it is. He keep disappointing her. He keeps letting her down. He's not keeping up with his promises. His action isn't matching his words. So she's not really being delusional about what he is that he's going to do. And then he's also is the first person that is like literally acting a fool over there. And it's only been 3 freaking days. 3 days and your man is already choosing and a whole nother girl is wild. All because Ashley said that, she don't really like this guy. She don't trust this guy. Okay, well, obviously you should have already knew, Grant, that she don't trust you if she brought you on the show. So that's not a green light to cheat. Okay, and I feel like he's going to fold like a lawn chair. He's going to fold like a lawn chair. And honestly, I feel as though, I don't know. I mean, I want to say Breon might, but he just been talking, and flirting. I don't think that he would do anything too crazy. But I feel like the girl here that's talking with Breon, she is so thirsty for him. And I really don't understand why she's so thirsty. Like, she's literally chasing after him, but she has, Keno chasing after her. And she doesn't want Keno. She wants Breon for some type of reason. I don't know why. I mean, Breon is cute or whatever. Don't get me wrong. He's cute, but he ain't all that for you to be acting crazy the how you acting real obsessive over this man and you only been met him for 3 days. Talking about, we have a lot of chemistry. Well, if he felt that way, why didn't he choose you on the date? He chose the girl with the locks in her hair. He didn't even choose you. He's not even thinking about you, but you're thinking about him. So this is why I feel like that, she should just go with Keno. But I feel like Keno is just too strange. He just so weird to me. I'm not saying he's weird. He just don't have no game. That's what it is. He don't have any game. So, I don't think he's going to be, if he be single and stuff like that and he has to go back out in the dating world, I don't think that he's going to be able to, meet girl as easily. So I feel like, him and Alexa, they're grouping up together because I don't think they have game or good, smooth enough to get somebody else. I feel like, she does because, she's a nurse. She has a good career and stuff like that. She's very talkative. But with Keno, for a guy is different more than girls because, guys, Keno is not the type of guy that a lot of girls will approach. So he would have to get like a different type. He's going to probably have to go to like a different area, something like that to get what he needs because I don't see him without Alexa, honestly. I feel like that Keno and Alexa is going to make it to the end. I feel like that they probably going to end up married, honestly, because, I don't think that she really wants anyone else either. I don't feel like that she settles on him, but I feel as though she thinks that he will make a good husband, which I do see husband vibe in Keno. He'll be there. He looks like that he's reliable. He's not going to be going nowhere. And I just feel like that they actually probably will make it and they probably will get married in the future. I don't think that, Temptation Island, he's going to be tempted only because don't nobody want him in the villa. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why, because nobody wants him in that villa. Now, if he has someone that actually wanted him in that villa, then, he might be gone, maybe. But, if that wild girl wanted him, I think that he will go with her. But she didn't want him, so he's going to have to go back to Alexa, pretty much. He's going to have to go back to her. And so who else we have? I think that Shantae might have a good chance with Breon as well, because like I said, I don't think he's not like jumping anybody bones to cheat. Everyone is trying to tempt him, but it looks like he has a lot of self-control. Yeah, there may be other things that he want in their relationship as far as like the bedroom goes, but other than that, it seems as though they have a good friendship. They have a good base, and I feel like if you have a good base, you can make it work through anything as long as your foundation is strong. And honestly, I feel as though him doing her dirty the first time, he doesn't really have any rooms for any mistakes. So I feel as though Breon may not, do anything too crazy to embarrass Shantae. But for Taylor, I feel as though her and Tyler is not going to make it. She keeps embarrassing this man every single chance that she get, calling him a B word, calling him broke and dusty, and she's wondering why she's single. You can't be, destroying people, kicking people with Timberland boots on national TV and expect them to still want you at the end of the day. Because, like, who would want to be with somebody like that? Now, understand that you're frustrated because he's not paying no bills, I mean, it is kind of dirty, though. Like, he left you all the bills, but that is your house. He's not on a house note. You already had this house note before you got with him. So, I mean, you got to pay those bills. You got to pay those bills. That's your house. Now, if he was on the house, you already had this house, before you met him, before you moved him in. Like, that's on you, though. Like, you already had that bill. You was expecting him to, carry half of that mortgage. And he was like, nah. He was like, no. So she's mad. That's what she's mad about. So if he would actually pay a bill or two, I feel as though that she wouldn't be mad. But honestly, she's acting very, manly and masculine. And this is what you get when you act like that. They act like that you can be the man of the relationship. So this is why she's frustrated, because she's the man of the relationship and Tyler's like the woman. He has no responsibility. He's living young, wild, and free, while she has to carry that heavy burden of weight of paying those bills and taking out the trash and cutting grass. So yeah, they're not going to make it. I feel like it's only going to probably be two people that make it, honestly, as of right now. I feel like it's going to be Shantae, and it's going to be, what's her name? The Nurse Bae, because of the foundation of the relationship that they already had. And the other two, Ashley, which is one of my favorites because she's not delusional. I feel as though she's just ready to be done with it. She's like, okay, well, this is just honestly her final straw. I feel like that she's been fed up with Grant outside the relationship. Plus, he got a baby and he's complaining that she's not being motherly or anything like that. Well, your child already has a mother, number one. Number two, she feels like that you don't deserve her. So this is why she's not going 100% in with him and being the stepmom, because she feels like that she doesn't even trust Grant. And honestly, the way Grant has been acting these last 3 days, who would trust him? I wouldn't trust him with anything. So, I mean, I don't understand why he's acting like so surprised. As soon as she said, oh, I don't trust him, he literally started wilding out, because you know who you are. I mean, she said she don't trust him, and she was talking to another girl. She wasn't even bashing him to any of the guys. She was bashing them to the girl, and, he just started showing out since then. I mean, late night, cuddling on the couch, don't want to go to bed, hanging out in the hallway with Hannah. Then you guys kiss on the last of the episode. He is not going to make it. I'm telling you guys. I don't even know. But I just know for a fact that he's not going to be able to last that long. If he's going to continue being with Hannah, he might as well just be in a relationship with Hannah and move forward from that. Because yeah, I don't even know if Hannah likes him that much, ever since he was trying to play games with her as well. So yeah. And I really don't get Taylor, because I honestly feel like that her and that guy from South Carolina will make a good couple, but she don't like him because he's too masculine. She was like, oh, that's a red flag. I don't understand Tyler. Tyler wants to run the relationship. She wants to wear the pants of the relationship. She wants to be so much in control of the relationship, and then thinks that somebody's going to be wanting to do that. I feel like Taylor just have control issues. She wants to run the relationship. She wants to run everything. Like I said, she's very manly to me, and I feel as though she doesn't understand why she's getting the results, because you have to give a little bit of leeway. Like she said, she don't trust nobody, things of that nature. I mean, you don't have to trust them too much, but you can't just be acting the way you acted. You're going to have to calm down a bit to be able to keep yourself a man. You're going to have to calm down and, get yourself together, because I'm honestly just going to say this. She's going to be leaving by herself. Because nobody's going to be wanting to deal with that type of behavior that she's doing. She's too controlling, way too controlling. So how are you going to have a man what he's going to do? He's going to be, you're going to move him in your house? You seems like you're just moving everybody into the house. Like, you already settled yourself into a home and a house and expect a guy to move in, or what are you going to do? So she gonna have to do a lot of work within herself to calm down and get into her feminine energy, because this is not gonna work for any man. If she wants a man where she can just, relax, and he pay the bills and stuff like that, you're gonna have to calm that down. I'm not saying that she needs to change her ways, but I feel like she needs to channel all that control energy and start her own business or something. So then when she go home, she can just relax, not worry about nothing. And then she can keep her money and she can just spend her man's money. But she's going to have to soften a little bit up to be able to do so. So who is your favorite couple on the show? I would say, I don't really have a favorite right now, because all of them is giving cringy. Only because Breon, it would have been Breon and Shantae, but he just doing too much. So I would say my favorite person on the show is Ashley. My favorite guy on the show is none of them. I don't have a favorite anything. I'm just watching. But honestly, this is going to be a good season of Temptation Island, because last season, I don't know if you guys count last season's type of Temptation Island. I did not even watch it because it was so ghetto. It was so ghetto. It was so ghetto. Like, I could not even watch it. It was definitely giving like Love and Hip Hop of the Island. So I'm glad that this season that they actually calmed down. And honestly, my favorite person on the show is probably the host, Mark, and only because he gives good advice. He's not trying to confuse people. He's not trying to make everything messy. He's trying to, give people some self-reflection here and make them understand, if your man out here cheating on the island, if your man's out here being tempted, if he don't want to change, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. So I don't really understand why, Taylor was acting like a victim, telling us, everyone leaves me. Well, I mean, if you acting like this, I can only imagine how you act when the camera is off. And honestly, if you already knew how Taylor acting with this new girl, Kira, I think her name is, and she think that she got somebody sweet, and if she's looking for somebody to pay those bills, obviously your ex-boyfriend is not going to be the one to pay them, remember, because he's not even trying to work. So what is he, even if he moves on and leaves her, if he leaves Taylor, what is the new girl's getting? Like, I don't think none of the guys that's on this show is the prize. Like, they're not, if they were the prize, they wouldn't even be here. So, I mean, I wouldn't even be mad from losing Grant. I mean, like she said, she don't even feel like that he deserves her. She didn't even feel like that Grant deserved his mother of his child. So, I mean, what are these temptation women winning? They're winning what? Nothing. Nothing, to be exact.